Okay, everybody, it's Chris Robinson, Robinson Ag Marketing with today's post-close grain and livestock comments for Friday the 12th day of June. Well, how about these numbers? 4, 5, and 6. That's the weekly changes, and I'll let you guess which ones was which. July wheat finished up on the week 4 cents. Last week we settled at 5.80. This week we settled at 5.84.5, so up 4.5 cents. So after all that, wheat still finished up. Got to call that a victory. These corn finished at 4.40 today. For the week, however, you thought maybe it would have been a lot worse. And granted, it wasn't great. We're back down a contract, low settlement. But for the week, down just over 6 cents, right? Last week, 4.66. This week, 4.40 and a quarter. So actually 5 3/4. So I'm just trying to point out positives in a week of negatives. New crop beans, same idea. For the week, we finished down just a hair over 6 cents, I believe. Let me double check real quick here. Yeah, last week we settled at 37.5. We finished at 32, so that's 5.5 cents. So it could have been a lot worse, guys. It's never great. I will say this: I'm most impressed with how new crop beans held in there. Still basically halfway in the entire year's range of prices if we break them down. Corn's got some problems. We all know that. I will say this. I was happy to see that last night spot corn did not go fill the gap at 4.05 on the continuation chart. We got down to 4.8.5, but then came back with a good close. Finished up a penny on the day at 4.12 3/4. So I guess that's my takeaway for this week. For Friday, it could have been a lot worse. We still have a lot of work cut out ahead of us. We'll see how the funds are bet. But I think I'll just leave it at that in the grains. In the protein complex, another two-sided choppy trade. Stock market kind of all over the place today. Stock market finished up higher. Crude oil down lower, down 3.30. So I know the headlines change every 5 minutes, and now I've noticed that a lot of the news stations aren't even updating because every 3 hours there's a new tweet. So there is some sort of a deal in works out there. Will it get done? I don't know. I will tell you this: whatever deal gets done, it's going to be ripped to shreds by half the country, just because the way we're so polarized. I'm not really concerned about the politics of it, but I will say that no matter what happens, there are going to be complaints about it. But if we can get this over and done with and get the oil flow back to normal, that's got to be a positive for everybody, including the commodity markets. The fat cattle, feeder cattle kind of traded in lockstep today with the stock market whipping back and forth. August fat cattle, another range from 38, I'll call it 39, 6 cent range, 38.5 to 43.25. August fat cattle, the low of 55 and 20 and a high of 60.30, so another $5 range there as well. We must have gone up and down 4 times in that trading range in feeder cattle today. Very, very, very choppy. June hogs. June options went off the board now. We're looking at July. Anyway you cut it, though, we're still under a lot of pressure here in the hogs. Hogs did have a outside day up today, so we made a new low for the move, but then settled higher and had a really good upside day. So maybe the market's trying to do something here. It certainly would be nice, right? July went down basically to the November lows, the lowest lows of the year. And for the week, July hogs finished down. Last week we settled at 98.80. This week we settled at 97.40. So still down $1.40 on the week. But I guess that's my takeaways. It could have been a lot worse. We did come back off those lows today with some good short covering. So that's it. I will be doing the letter tonight very shortly. And look for my weekly wrap tomorrow. We'll break down the big moves. We'll try and keep a bigger perspective here as we head into the risk of the year, which is going to be, are we going to get a weather issue? Are we going to get something from Mother Nature to help get us higher prices in corn, wheat, and beans, specifically corn? All right, guys, take care. This is Chris. Have a good weekend.